Hey, I am going to take you on a little trip, and there's going to be a little bit of magic happening here. I'm going to take you back in time first to 1993. The game Star Fox had come out for the Super Nintendo. Oh, Super Nintendo, now that's old. I remember Nintendo. I remember Atari. Okay, I remember Pac-Man on Atari. Okay, that's how I'm old. Okay, I'm almost 37 years old. I am old. Okay, I'm old, and I don't care. Because you're only as old as you feel, and I don't feel like I'm in my 30s, so who cares? So anyway, I had a Super Nintendo, and there was this really cool game coming on to commercials, and I just hounded my parents, please get me this game, get me this game. Okay, they got it for me. And I think they got it for me, like, I don't remember if it was 1992 or 1993, but I know it was before my birthday, I think. I think it was before my birthday, but anyway. So my parents got me this game, and I really loved it. It was, at the time, it was like such really cool graphics, and just, oh my gosh, all this new stuff. And then I learned about the characters, and then I got Volume 47 of Nintendo Power Magazine, and I met my first love, my first fictional character crush. My first fictional character crush happened when I was 13 years old. Okay, 1993, and it was Fox McCloud. Look at Fox, look at how handsome he is. I still think he's handsome, okay? I still think he's handsome. Look at him. Look at him just standing there looking so heroic and like he can fix all your problems. I've had this since 1993. This is very special to me because Fox, look at Foxy. Look at Foxy here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I still do that sometimes. But when I was 13, I was older than all the kids in my neighborhood, so I was at an age where I would get kind of shamed and made fun of for wanting to like play pretend outside with the other kids, so I kind of started to turn inward, and this is before I was ever diagnosed as autistic, so you know, there are a lot of things that I look back on and I just think, oh my gosh, that's why. So one of the things I did to turn inward and still play pretend without people really knowing I was doing it is I would write. I would get notebook paper and I would write stories. Now, I did not have the writing skills that I do today for fan fiction, but I did uncover my first ever fanfic, which was written before I knew fan fiction was a thing. And I posted on fanfiction.net like quite a couple years ago, but I don't think a whole bunch of people know about it, so you know, I'm actually going to go over to my computer and read it to you, because I mean, yeah, I was 13, so I was a kid, you know, and it's very childish. It's a very childish story, you know, but you can kind of see the roots of where all my other stories have come from that story. You will see it. I mean, people that have read Danceverse are going to recognize something in this. Oh, you're going to recognize something special in this. And it is a self-insert, because, I mean, 13 years old, wish fulfillment. I mean, people today on fanfiction.net get torn down for writing the kind of stuff that I wrote that day. You know, and when I was a kid, I would read to a tape recorder and like do voices, and I'm not good at voices, by the way, but I would do voices and sound effects and stuff, and I was just ridiculous. But it was my way of pretending that I was hanging out with Fox. I only found my first story, you know, and it was all just one huge paragraph in like a notebook. It was like, I think the sections were like big blocks, and because I've gotten rid of the notebook, but I have the story on my computer now, so it's not like the words are lost. But, you know, I learned how to paragraph you know, in junior high, because 13, 7th, 8th grade, I was 13. So, you know, my English teacher kind of taught me how to do paragraphs, so that's how I've known how to do paragraphs since. But, you know, the story, when I wrote it, was a confusing mess. So I fixed the paragraphs when I put it up. So it doesn't, like stylistically look like it did when I wrote it, but it wouldn't be readable if it was. So I'm going to go over to my computer, and I am going to read it to you. And I just warn you, I will react to the story like it's happening, because that's how my imagination works, okay? So I might get really super excited and silly and goofy, and I'm just gonna be me, okay? It's my birthday. I turned 13 at 8:08 a.m. on July 29th. So it's not my birthday today, unless it's July 29th. I made a wish with my heart, and I blew out my candles. The cake was lemon and tasted pretty good. I said goodnight to my parents because I was tired. My stairs creaked when I walked on them. The hall was dark, and I ran because it scared me a little. I banged my head on something and fell on the ground hard. I woke up again, 21 years old, and don't know how it happened. I was not in my house. The sky was blue and bright over the silver buildings. I was flying. What happened? I looked down and saw where I woke up. I sat in a plane with the control stick in my hand. I knew this kind of aircraft. It looked like a dragster, but without wheels and with wings coming out the back. It had 2 blue diagonal shields on the wings that protected it from some damage. I was in an R-wing. I had a white flight jacket and jumper uniform on me like the other pilots. Mine was dark pink like the shorts I wore at my birthday party. I'm really glad I knew how to fly an R-wing. The controls looked just like the game controller joystick. B shot the lasers and A shot Nova bombs. Not that hard to fly. I saw yellow boxy things flying in the sky. I was flying at a building. Oh no! I pulled the stick back hard. The R-wing zoomed up high, whoosh, straight up like an air show. I felt kind of dizzy, like I do on roller coasters. The building blew up when I passed. Yellow lasers hit my windshield, and I screamed and pushed the button to shoot, and the boxy thing crashed. Yeah! Who is the idiot that tried to hit a building? Yelled the low voice of Falco Lombardi. A new pilot, leave her alone, said Fox McCloud, and my face got red. Oh my god, it was Fox! I have the hugest crush on him! I'm not new at this. I do this all the time. See? I yelled back and almost crashed into another building. Ah, help, help, mayday, I'm hit. Can anybody help me? Slippy Toad cried out. Peppy, go help Slippy, now, Fox said. Fox pulled his R-wing above mine and flew it upside down, like in the Top Gun movie, kinda. I could see him inside my reflection. He looked like the Nintendo Power magazine cover by my bed. Why are you naked? He said. I'm not naked, I'm human, I said back. Oh, okay, Earth, right? You went to Earth? You went to Earth? You went to Earth? I yelled, all surprised. I heard your wish, he said back and winked. He like totally smiled at me. Oh my god. I didn't get to say more. Fox zoomed ahead of the others. We ended up dodging a ton more cube ships and lasers from the ground. I'm so glad I don't get airsick. There was a giant arch ahead. Fox flew through it like nothing. I spun under it too because I always did that in the game, except here it didn't give me any energy rings. That was for the game, and this was real. We soon passed the city. I recognized the field we were flying over, and the really big silver vessel coming at us shone in the Cornerian sun, just like the R-Wings. The attack carrier opened its hatches and shot a million lasers. I jerked the joystick right, and then tapped the button beside it, and did a barrel roll, The lasers bounced off the wings, ping, and didn't hurt my R-Wing. "Shoot at the hatches," Fox yelled on the radio. "Look out for the lasers," said Peppy Hare. "I got it," I shouted. I skimmed my R-Wing over the ground and shot madly at the bottom hatch. I always shot at that at the game, and now I shot it for real. "Who the hell is that?" Falco asked, and he didn't sound happy. "She's human," Fox answered him. "Who cares she could fly?" the voice of Slippy broke in. The first hatch fell off the attack carrier. Fox zoomed past me to go after the top hatch, and I covered Falco so he could join in the fight. Peppy picked off missiles when they started being launched, and Slippy got busy covering Fox. I saw the second hatch explode and fall off. The launch bay flew open and Slippy almost got clobbered by lasers. "Go up, Slippy! Up, up, up!" I yelled at him. "Everybody else fall back! I got this!" Fox called. "I know how to fight this thing!" I yelled back. Fox flew in just like I do when I play the game. He rolled to the left. He rolled to the right. He let out a Nova bomb when the launch bay opened. The launch bay exploded with a huge boom. I saw pieces of it bounce off the grass. "Damn, I can't see anything in all this smoke," Peppy cussed. "It's not done yet," I said. Sure enough, the attack carrier came out of the smoke. It let sparks off, where it was hurt by its parts blowing up. "This guy's nothing," Fox said on the radio. "I know, he's easy. Come on, let me help," I said back to him. "Cindy, right?" he asked. "Hey, who told you?" I answered. "I can't believe you said my name." "Your info's on my screen. Okay, you go low and I'll go high and finish this," Fox said to me. His voice was more boyish than the blabbity blab blab noise he made on the game. It was cute. Remember that? "Roger," I said, and took the controls in my hands. The sun was very bright and starting to set. It looked a lot like Earth, and I could barely believe it wasn't. I looked down at the little screen above my control stick. There were specks on the attack carrier, scrolling up and down. The weak point came up red on the green polygon wire frame. "Aim at the butt," I said, and Fox laughed. "Never heard anybody call it that before," he kept laughing. Something exploded, and we got serious. I flew lower to the ground. Fox stayed high, and I started shooting when he started to shoot. The picture on my dashboard flashed whenever I hit the weak spot. We were winning! Suddenly, the attack carrier fell on its side and blew up into millions of pieces. I heard Fox yeehaw over his radios. "Yeehaw!" And all the others shouted excitedly, "We won! We won! We got him! We got him!" I got really shy all of a sudden. I knew them, but they didn't know me. I knew that might scare them. What was I supposed to do? "We're done here. Let's go back to base," Fox said over the radio. I had no idea where the base was because it wasn't part of the game. I just followed the others to a military hangar far outside the main city. Autopilot took over once we got to the giant hangar. It was almost nighttime. It was dark inside the metal hangar. Lights blinked on things on the wall. I saw the rest of the Star Fox team getting out of their R-Wings. I got all hung up trying to make my hair look nice. And there was a knock on my cockpit window. I looked up. Fox was right there. "We don't bite," he said, and smiled. I figured out what opened the cockpit. I flipped the lever and looked up at Fox. He gave me his gloved hand like a gentleman. I took it and he helped me hop down. I guess being older didn't make me bigger. Fox was taller than me by a whole head, and his eyes were very intense. "Nice flying out there," he said. "Thanks." "How did you hear my wish?" I asked. I didn't want it to be obvious that I liked him like that. Fox tapped the comm link on his head and said, "I took a hit and it caused interference. The rest, I don't know. Come on." I forgot I had his hand until he gave me a little tug. He totally smiled at me again, and I wanted so bad to tell him he was cute. Awkward much? I was glad just to hold his hand. The others chattered about the mission behind us, and we stepped down a long, dim-lit corridor. We had to sit through a long and boring meeting. I was too shy to look at anybody. Fox kept looking at me, and that made me more shy. All of a sudden, I heard my name mentioned. Fox was telling General Pepper about how I helped him. I really thought everybody would be freaked out at me for being human and an alien on their planet. I guess they had weirder folks pass through. "Nice work out there," General Pepper said, and patted my shoulder. I almost jumped off my chair. "Thank you," I mumbled to him. "Yeah, she just waltzes into our airspace," Falco said to Peppy. "I kinda did," I told him, and I felt a little bit angry. "Come on, guys, let's go to Norm's and snack before the ball," Peppy said to Falco and Slippy, and they agreed. They left, and I was now alone with Fox. Oh my god. Oh my god! I wasn't used to people liking me. I was used to being laughed at. Guys never looked at me twice like Fox was, and it made me nervous. I don't know how to talk to boys. Not at all. "I made a wish," I said in a whisper. Fox smiled again and said, "Yeah, you don't have to be shy." "Sorry, I'm not used to this at all," I said, and my face went red. "How about I make it easy on you then? We want a great fight out there, and Pepper likes to celebrate successful missions. Be my date?" Fox said, and set his hands flat on the table. "A date?" I said when I looked up. "Sure, why not? I haven't dusted off my tux in a couple years. The ball is a perfect excuse to wear it," Fox said back and winked. "You probably look great in it," I said, and covered my mouth. Me and my big mouth. Fox just laughed. He had a nice laugh. "I like you, so how about it?" he asked. "I'd like to. I don't have a dress, though," I said, and felt as small and meek as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Fox tapped on my arm, and I saw his tail wag in the corner of my eye. "No dress? We can't have that now, can we?" he said. I just mumbled and looked down at his feet. I had silver boots just like his. Fox whipped a phone out of his coat pocket and dialed it. A totally cordless phone that wasn't as big as Texas. Whoa! Remember, 1993. He started talking. "Sally, Fox here. Hey, I need a favor. Get the best dress you've got and send it to the base. Yeah, bye." A couple hours went by after that, and Fox and me walked around the base talking. I didn't tell him I wasn't always as old as I was. I just told him about school and how other people were sometimes mean to me. He told me about his dad and how he died fighting Andros. It made him look a bit sad. I cheered him up by talking about music. I told him about how I totally love Michael Jackson. I found out they can beam radio signals from Earth on Cornelia. Fox liked a lot of the same music I did. That was neat. We got interrupted by a van pulling up. I saw a skunk lady and a parakeet man run into the base with a bag. They came back out without it. I looked at Fox. He just smiled a bit. I think that will fix your no-dress problem, Fox said, and grinned. Thank you so much, I said, shyly. Fox gave me a one-armed hug and said, don't worry about it. A limo will be by at 6 to pick you up. When does the ball start? I asked. 6. I know girls like to be fashionably late, though, he said and winked. The winking thing is a thing. I laughed and waved. I ran inside where the bag was hung up on the door to the ladies' restroom. My watch said 4 o'clock, and I knew it would take me time to get ready. There was more than a dress in the bag. I took it all into the bathroom and locked the door for privacy. I hung the dress up on a stall. I pulled off the bag and almost died. This dress! It looked like Princess Diana's wedding dress. Except it was midnight blue without a train and with no poofy sleeves. It had diamonds sparkling in the poofy skirt. I had sparkly silver pumps in the bag and long silver elbow gloves like Cinderella's, with a line of diamonds running up the outside seams. There was also a diamond choker necklace shaped like a V and a pretty tiara and a bag of makeup. Makeup was cool because I wasn't allowed to wear it at home yet. I was going to look like a princess. I pulled off my uniform and hurried to make myself pretty. It almost took 2 whole hours. The dress rustled, and I can't believe it fit me. Dresses this pretty never fit. Wow. I got my hair into a bun so the tiara would look nice. I put on dark blue eyeshadow to match the dress. I used pink blush for my cheeks and bright red lipstick that I blotted on toilet paper like my grandma taught me. The silver sparkle shoes fit perfect on my feet. I put the gloves on last and spun around to see the skirt fly around me. I looked like Cinderella. How did they know to pick a dress that matched my eyes? Blue eyes. Blue eyes. There was a clock on the wall above the mirror. It was almost time to go. I held my skirt up a little and walked out of the bathroom feeling like $1,000,000,000. The long black stretch limo was drove by a tiger named Skip. It said so on his name tag. Wow, where to? He said, and looked me up and down, smiling. The ball, I said back, and wow, did I feel great. I got into the back seat and laughed at my skirt poofing all around me. It almost filled up the whole seat. The drive wasn't too long, like maybe half an hour. The ball was in a grand mansion-type place with a red carpet on the front steps. The building was big and gray and square with statues everywhere and people walking around. I saw a lot of pretty dresses, like the one pink flamingo lady wearing red. I swung open my door and got out like I owned the joint, and a lot of people stared at me. I was a human, so I wasn't surprised. At least I was a good-looking one tonight. Nobody laughed at me. That felt really good. I looked down at my dress sparkling in the lights on the building. I smiled. I walked up the steps and into the arched doorway. There were round tables on the sides and the dance floor in the middle with a stage up front where a DJ worked the music. The tables had candles, little disco balls above them, and a really big disco ball was hung over the middle of the dance floor. The walls looked dark red or black, and the dance floor was white. A mist machine made everything dreamy. I stayed at the top of the stairs leading inside and searched the room. There was a fox in a white suit that wasn't Fox. Then the fog machine stopped, and I saw Fox in that smashing black tux with coattails. He looked so good in it, I almost passed out. He just kind of stared at me when I walked down the stairs. He came up to me and took my hand so he could kiss it like a proper gentleman. You look beautiful, Fox said breathlessly. I looked at his hand holding mine and smiled. He looked so handsome. Like Prince Charming, but with orange fur. I could feel people looking at us. There was whispering, and it was about my dress and how I was an alien. I didn't care. It was so neat being here with Fox. Fox took me to a table where we had great food. Mashed potatoes on corneria are blue. I don't know what the meat was. It tasted good, and I ate it all without smearing my lipstick. Yeah, sure. We drank purple champagne and ate chocolate cake for dessert. We talked a lot about stuff and what Fox planned to do after he beat Andros. That went on for so many hours. I kept staring at him in his amazing tuxedo. I always have a thing for guys when they're dressed up really nice. I saw Falco in a gangster suit, like those old movies with the Tommy guns. Zoot zoot, but I didn't know the word at the time. Zoot zoot. He wore his hat tipped to the left, fedora. Falco wore the fedora, yep. He danced around with the flamingo lady in the red halter dress. They were into each other. Peppy looked great in his 70s style brown tux, while he chatted up an otter wearing a purple tutu type dress. Slippy wore a suit with tails similar to Fox's, and he danced with a little plump frog lady in black. She looked classy. People say fat people are ugly, but they look really nice dressed up if they find the right dress for them. General Pepper looked really good too in his dark blue suit with a yellow bow tie. I thought bow ties were cool before Matt Smith was even born. Yo. The DJ changed the music to some Earth songs and winked at me. How did he know? He started playing Crazy for You, which is done by Madonna and a favorite of mine. You see, I'm crazy for you. Touch me once and you'll know it's true. I never wanted anyone like this. It's all brand new. You feel it in my kiss. I'm crazy for you. Come on, dance with me, Fox said and stretched his hand out. I don't know how to though, I said shyly as I took it. It's easy, I can show you, Fox said. He walked me onto the floor and arranged my hands the right way. He showed me where to put my feet, and I was totally dancing with him before the first few lines of the song even started. He got really into it, and we started to twirl a little, just like a fairy tale couple, and it was so amazing. I put my cheek on his shoulder to be closer to him. This was really real. We twirled again fast during the chorus line, and just stepped in between so we matched the rhythm. The disco ball made my dress sparkle so much. I could feel Fox's heart beating hard. Or was it mine? Your heart is going so fast, I whispered. Yours too, he whispered back. We spun ourselves in and out of the mist made by the machine. The floor changed colors with the music. Red to purple to pink to blue. I kept looking into his eyes. The other dancers were invisible to me, and I didn't care about anything except this magic moment with him. The song wound down to its ending. Fox dipped me, and I almost fainted at seeing his face coming closer. I closed my eyes. He kissed me. It was magic. I thought my heart might explode. Fox helped me stand up straight again. He had to help me because my legs got all jelly-like, and not in a bad way. At the sound of the tone, it will be midnight. Keep on swaying out there, you lovers, said the smooth DJ. Midnight. Oh, we have to go, Fox said, and pulled on my arm. What? Why? I asked, and barely kept up. Your birthday is over. You need to get home, Fox answered. He didn't look too happy about it. I let go of his hand. I held up my skirt while we ran up the steps leading out and down the steps out front. I almost fell because of the heels, and my skirt kept billowing when I ran. Thankfully, my shoes had straps, so they didn't fall off. We got into Fox's car and ended up laughing when my skirt hogged up most of the front seats. Fox was a reckless driver, and we went flying around corners to get back to the hangar. We have to share an R-wing, Fox said after we got there. That's no problem, I said back to him. Fox climbed into his R-wing and helped me in. I bunched up the skirt of the dress so it wouldn't take up the cockpit, and boy, it sure wanted to. There was enough fabric to drown a dolphin. We flew up into the sky towards the black hole that somehow wasn't sucking everything in. Fox flew like the expert he is, and we entered a tunnel of swirling blue and white walls. I had fun tonight, I told him. I looked up from where I had my head on his shoulder. I realized I was in his lap. He didn't look like he minded. Me too. You look beautiful, Fox answered. I smiled at him. So do you. I mean, you look handsome, I said back with a laugh that he echoed. I put my head down again and closed my eyes. I didn't mean what I said. I mean, I did mean it, but I didn't mean to let it come out of my mouth like it did. I love you, I said. Fox looked down at me, and his eyes said it back. Boys are like that. They don't like to talk about their feelings much. I put my head back on his shoulders and closed my eyes. When I opened them again, I was on the floor where I fell in the hall at home. I was dressed again in a white shirt and pink shorts with my hair in a ponytail. I felt sad. I got up in a hurry. I was going to get in a lot of trouble if I wasn't in bed and my parents saw me still up. I felt wrong when I got under the unicorn covers of my bed, and I couldn't figure out why. I risked the light and looked down, and I saw I was still wearing silver sparkly shoes on my feet. I looked at issue 47 of Nintendo Power that I had propped up on my nightstand, and that kiss at the ball came back to me. I hid my pretty shoes under my bed and smiled. I went to sleep that night to the sound of an R-wing taking off. I promised you magic, right? Well, I ran into something in my life that made me definitely say, whoa, maybe it happened. Now look, I live in the real world. I understand how reality works. I know that Fox McCloud is fictional, and I know my adventure was fictional. So the people that tell me, oh my god, you need to live in the real world, I do. Okay, but sometimes I like to make the real world go away for a while and go off in my own little realm in my mind. And that's not a bad thing. You know, sometimes I think that people that, you know, have a problem with people that do have an imagination is they lack one. And it's funny how they say autistic people lack imagination or any kind of an imaginative sense in them. That's totally a lie. Because I'm living proof that imagination is definitely a thing in autistic people. So, what's the little magic? What's the little bit of magic that I'm gonna do? Well, it's something that's gonna make you go, maybe she did. Maybe she really did go and dance with Fox on planet Corneria in the Lilat system. You want to see the magic? You want to see it? You really want to see it? Okay, I'll show you the magic. That's the magic. Maybe I did go dance with Fox. Maybe I really did. That's magic. That's imagination. I love you guys. Bye.
Swaying room as the music starts, walk over to where you